Today on the channel, we're going to learn how to play More Than a Feeling by Boston. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to learn how to play More Than a Feeling by Boston. I'm running through my Rockman system. I've got a Rockman stereo delay, a Rockman stereo chorus, and a Rockman sustainer, and I've got it running through Pro Tools. So I'm going to try to recreate as close to the Boston sound as I can. Now I know that Tom Scholz didn't use a Rockman on Boston 1 or Boston 2 since they weren't invented just yet, but we're going to use the Rockman in true honor of Tom Scholz. I've got my gold top here with my P90, so I know Tom had I think a Super DiMarzio Super Distortion and a P90 in his, I think. But anyway, we're going to go gold top with P90s just to kind of honor Tom tonight in this lesson. So let's take a look at More Than a Feeling. More Than a Feeling is a great song. It's the title track, or the first song off of the debut album by Boston, obviously. Probably the best debut album of any band of all time, in my humble opinion. The song is very ingenious. It starts off with a progression in D major, and there's a couple key changes in this song. So we're going to go over the acoustic part in the beginning right now. Then we're going to go over all the chord changes. We're going to go through all the little modulation parts. We're going to go over the chords during the guitar solo, which is really cool, and then we're going to go over how to play the guitar solo. Okay, so let's begin with a look at my Rockman system real quick. I'm going to show you what my Rockman looks like just for fun, and if you want to see a video on my Rockman stuff, I do have a video back a ways. I'll try to link it in the description below where I show my sustainer and my stereo delay. Recently I picked up the stereo chorus and added it to my system, so take a look at this. Alright, as promised, here is a glimpse of the Rockman system we're using. This is the Rockman sustainer, the Rockman stereo chorus, and the Rockman delay. I've got the sustainer going first, then the chorus through the delay, and basically we're just going up here through this Focusrite 2-channel into Pro Tools. Pretty simple. Tom Scholz sound right there. Alright, now that we've all geeked out on the Rockman equipment, I'm going to start with the introduction, and then when it goes to the heavier part, I'm going to switch over to the distorted sound, okay? So I'm going to play a little bit clean. Tom plays this on a 12-string electric. I think it's doubled or tripled, but we're going to do it on the electric guitar, okay? So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's right up until it goes to the heavy part where it goes in the chorus. All right, so we're going to start on a D. Now I play my D major a little differently. It's most people play it like this. I play it like this. That way I can slide down to a D minor or a D sus2, a sus4. So don't be alarmed by my weird D shape. I like it like this. So that's how I'm going to play it. But what we're doing, we're going to be doing an octave on the D, and then playing the A on the G string. So we're going to be doing a sus4, then release the sus4 to a D major, so like that, and the tablets are showing there on the screen. And then it's going to go to a C. We're going to play just part of the C. We're going to, instead of playing the C like this, we're going to play the C here, but we're just going to be playing the C on the 3rd fret on the A. We're going to play an open G, and we're going to play the D on the B string. So it's a C2 really, a C sus2. And we're going to descend down to this. It's basically a G major chord with the major 3rd on the bass. Same chord shape, so it's an open G with a D. And then go G, octave. Now if you watch my picking hand, it kind of goes down, up, down, and then up strokes on the very end of that riff. So and all down strokes on the, you can go upstroke on the last one. I'm using quite a bit of the pick in this song. Like when I play leads, I choke up on the pick and I play just with the very tip of the pick. But on this part, I've got quite a bit of the pick exposed with quite a light grip on the pick to give it a little bit of attack, but it's kind of a soft, velvety attack. It allows for more accuracy when you're digging into those strings. So when you're plucking them, it's very precise. After you do it, forever in a day, you can do it without watching it. Your hand will remember exactly where to go. It's muscle memory with your brain in your hand. All right. So there's the very beginning part of that. So when it goes. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. All he's doing there is this C shape. And then the acoustic strums in A minor. And he's going to take his pinky and play on the G. So it's an A minor with a G bass. Or the bass will hit that. And you could strum a G also. Who knows? Tom is overdubbing quite a bit on this song, so I would suspect the acoustics going and then to a D and then to the chorus. So you can go A minor, G to D, D sus4, and it resolves to a G for this chorus, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. So sounds like Tangerine by Led Zeppelin. So so then we're going to go to the chorus part. So let me turn this on the distortion. Click this thing on here. Let's see if I can find it. All right, got a little bit of a hum. These Rockmans were noisy. All right, so the chorus is going to go G to a C, E minor to a D. Tom was a big fan of bar chords. Back in the 70s, rock bands, even today, but rock bands really, back in those days, a lot of bar chords, a lot of minor and major bar chords, big chords. We talk a lot about Van Halen on this channel. And one thing that separated Eddie from Tom Scholz and a lot of these 70s guys is he played pieces of bar chords. He didn't play full chords hardly ever. He played between the bar chords and little parts of it. But Tom was a classical style songwriter, so he did a lot of these traditional chords. So the rhythm is, so we're going G to a C with a little ch in it. People say this sounds like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I kind of hear it, I kind of don't. I kind of slide from that G up to the C. So So on these major chords, I'm playing just the first 4 strings, or first 3. So you're really not hearing the major third, but you're hearing the minor third on this E minor. So I'm playing the middle 4 strings on this E minor. All right, so when he comes out of this chorus, it goes to an E flat major 7. Let me roll the volume back. The rest of this lesson is going to be with my distortion rolled back, okay? So when he comes out of that chorus the very last time, and that's where he says, when I see my Mary Ann slipping away. And then he modulates up to an E minor, then to an A major, to a G. Now we're back to D major. So once again, when we hit that E minor or E major 7, then we do E minor. Let me go back to the chorus. I said I wasn't going to do this, but it sounds so much better. So we go to the whoops, sorry about that. I didn't hit the right thing. All right. Then E minor to an A major, G. Then we go. So what he's doing there is he's taking G, a D with a F sharp on the bass, E minor to a D, or you can just go, just hold this G chord, just walk that bass on down, and guess what, it goes back to Boston, building that tension and release, right? They're going to go back to this pretty verse again. And then it goes back to the same thing we just talked about. And then to that chorus part, all right? So here, we're going to go back to distortion. I'm going to go back to the distortion on this, all right? So, go. Now you're probably saying, Marty, there's a little guitar line in there, right? I heard you over the camera, so go. So what he's doing there is we're going to be on the B string on the 13th fret, which is a C, and then go down to the 12th, then bend up to the C, back down to the B, A, I don't think he really plays the C on the 13th. I think he bends his B to it. He goes. He puts that vibrato on there. Make sure you get your pitch right, because if you bend that sharp, or if you go, it just sounds amateur. So you got to be right on that C. And it sounds like good. He does it an octave up there, and on the master recordings you can hear Brad Delp also singing that part. So a lot of these guitar parts, Brad Delp is singing in the background too, which gives it that really cool sound, which is very ingenious of Tom Scholz. And you know, producers do this stuff all the time, but you know, Tom really knew what he was doing. All right, so there's that little transition phrase while the guitars are going. He lets that feed back, you know, he's got that sustain way on, and then got that octave up there really high. Sounds awesome. Okay, cool. So now here's where the song takes a turn to the more complicated as far as chord structure. So let me tell you about this chord structure now. So the chorus goes a couple times. Goes up to a B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, and it rides this A. It rides that A until it goes into the chorus. All right, so I'll show you that in a minute. So. Now guess what? It modulates to D for the chorus. You'd think that, or the guitar solo, you'd think that the solo was over. But it's not over those chords. So if your bass player is trying to play those chords over the guitar solo, it's not going to work. So building to the guitar solo. So what he's doing is G to a G, D with F sharp, E, A. So it's kind of quick. Then he goes D, G, B minor, A. Then once again, D, G, F sharp, A, A. Then D, B, E minor, A, G. Now we're back to the very beginning. All right, so it's ingenious. It's really cool. So the very ending, he modulates back to D major by doing D, B minor, E minor, A, to a G, resolve on D. All right, cool. So let's take a look at that guitar solo. So the guitar solo is in D major, okay? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be up here in this D major position. So the D major scale up here on the 10th fret is. Now Tom is totally in Ionian mode here, which is the D major, right? He's playing strictly D major. He's very classically trained, and so it's a very melodic classical style solo. So the solo goes like this, and I'll show it to you. Okay, so let's take a look at the tablature closer and in slow motion. So we're going to go. So basically what we're doing is going right up this this major scale, starting on the leading tone. Tito. So Tom does a lot of trills and a lot of bends right on key. He puts vibrato at the very end of the bend. Vibrato at the end of a bend will actually give you the ability to hit pitch a little bit better, because if you bend right to the note and don't put vibrato on it, it may sound flat or sharp. Okay, so when you go, it puts it right on key, or close enough so your ear thinks it's on key. All right, so slower. And he does this little harmony. So when he's going, so we're up here on the high E string, we're going to hammer on the E to F sharp and go to the D on the B string, and this G goes up to an A, and up here we're going to go. Which is an octave of. So those two parts. And all right, I hope that made sense and the tablature was clear enough for you to understand what was going on, and hope this lesson was helpful. If it was, please comment below. Please consider subscribing, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.